What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Bud Crawford responds to the people that think he's just too small for Errol the True Spence, and his reply was simple. He said, well, Sean Porter was big. Jeff Horn was big, or just as big as Errol Spence. Jose Benavidez was big, just as big as Errol Spence. So what else do you have? Those are the words of Terence Bud Crawford. And let me counterpunch. People are looking for a lot of similarities, a lot of edges, rather, for Errol Spence. Errol Spence is the bigger guy, man. We seen that shit when they were face to face, you know. And Errol's a big dude, bro. And it's just sizing people up without knowing who they look, or I mean, you know, who you favor or whatever. Just looking at those two guys, you would automatically say, dude, Errol Spence, that big ass dude's gonna beat the shit out of Terence Crawford. I mean, just looking at it. I mean, with just your common sense eyesight gauge, okay? You're just gauging it by just looking at the two. You know, it's just going to be, you know, Errol Spence. He's just going to be too much bigger, and then he's just, you know, the way he fights, dude. He works behind the jab. He works on the inside. He goes to the body. You know what I mean? And he mixes it up. And I think what people need to understand is on fight night, both of these guys are going to be big, you know. And I hope no one's talking about the Mikey Garcia thing, but in case you are, Mikey Garcia was a 135-pounder. Moving up to 147, not a 135-pounder 9 years ago, like Terence Crawford was. Terence Crawford was 135 pounds years ago. Okay, when he fought Yoriokas Gamboa, that was a very long time ago. Now he's a full-fledged welterweight, and his walking around weight is probably about 165 to 170. There was times Terence Crawford weighed in at 180. So, yes, the walking around weight is a lot different from the actual fighting weight. However, talking about the size of these guys, Errol Spence is bigger, but bigger, you know, he's, according to Terence Crawford, it's like, hey, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. You know, and it's not like Terence Crawford's not been in a situation like that before. In fact, Terence Crawford has not been in a situation like anything. This is not the first time for anybody, you know. So Terence says there's nothing new to Errol Spence. Now I gotta see that. I gotta see someone, and I gotta see how Terence Crawford, that's what I'm curious to see, how Terence Crawford actually responds to the aggressiveness of Errol Spence, because Errol Spence is going to be coming in there throwing those bows. Okay, he's not gonna come in there to fuck around. He's coming in there to do some damage, okay? Yeah, I don't think he can afford to come in there trying to be cutesy and trying to outbox Terence Crawford. I don't think that will be the right thing to do either. You know, so a lot of these guys saying, oh man, he's just going to keep him behind the jab. Dude, I think you guys are nuts. I think you guys are wrong, most importantly, right? So, Terence Crawford responds to him being small and Errol Spence's size. You guys tell me what you think of Terence Crawford's response to Errol Spence's size. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!